Namaskar and a good morning to one and all present here. I welcome all the dignitaries to the State Open University Vice Chancellors Forum organized by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad and Commonwealth Educational Media Center for Asia on the theme of National Education Policy 2020 Opportunities and Challenges for Open and Distance Learning Universities. We are honored to have with us on the days Professor Nageshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University. We are pleased to have with us Dr. B. Shadrack, Director, SEMCA. We are delighted by the presence of Professor Ami Upadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. We are glad to have with us Dr. Nilesh Modi, Director, School of Computer Science and Center for Internal Quality Assurance. We are happy to have with us Dr. A.K. Jadeja, Registrar, BAOU. We also welcome Dr. Jagdish Bhausa, Board Member, BOU. We also welcome all the delegates to this forum. Let us begin this event by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. I request all the dignitaries to come forward for lamp lighting. Thank you, everyone. Now I request everyone again to rise for the university song.
शिक्षण संस्कृति सद्भाव दिव्य बोधनु धाम डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी नाम
सौने सौनी पाख मळे ने सौने सौनु आभ
दसे दिशा मा स्मित वहे ओ दसे दिशे शुभ लाभ अभण रही अज्ञान नशाने अंधकार ने पीवो
कहे बुद्ध आंबेडकर कहे तू था तारो दीवो शारदीय अजवाड़ा पहुंचा गुर्जर गामे गाम
ध्रुव तारकनी जैम जड़हण एकलव्य निशान सरस्वती ना मयूर तमारे फड़ी आवी गहके
अंधकार ने हड़सेली ने उजासना फूल महके बंधन नहीं को स्थान समय ना जमुन घर थी दूर
घर आवी माँ हरे शारदा दैन्य तिमिर नापूर संस्कारों नी सुगंध महके मन मंदिर ने धामे
सुखनी टपाल पहुँचे सौने पोताने सरनामे समाज के रे धरिए हाँ की शिक्षण के रुवाड़
Thank you, everyone. Kindly take your seats. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University was established by the Act of the Legislative Assembly by the Government of Gujarat in 1994. University is accredited with A++ grade with 3.55 CGPA on 4-point scale by National Assessment Accreditation Council (NAC) in July 2022. University has now been entitled to offer programs under online mode. University has also been granted Category 1 graded autonomy status by University Grants Commission (UGC). The main objective of the State Open University Vice Chancellors Forum is to develop an action plan for implementation of NEP 2020 in leading open and distance learning universities. The forum will serve as a platform to exchange ideas, share best practices, and address the opportunities and challenges presented by the NEP 2022 in the realm of open and distance learning. Now, I request Professor Ami Upadhyay Madam to welcome and felicitate Professor Nageshwar Rao sir with a memento and a stole as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I request Ami Madam to welcome and felicitate Dr. B. Shadrack sir with a memento and a stole as a token of appreciation. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Moving further with the agenda, I would like to invite Professor Ami Upadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, to deliver the welcome address. Please, ma'am.
भारत रत्न अंबेडकर जी के चरणों में शत शत नमन. It's a matter of really great pleasure and privilege that today morning, when the inauguration takes place of a conference, I would not call it State Open Universities National Conference, I would call it State Open Universities and Open Distance Learning Universities International Conference, because when we have a glance over the timetable, we have many international speakers, leaders of open and distance learning across globe. So it's pleasure that today, when Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University and SEMCA, we have organized this conference together, which would be focusing more on very informal talk and brooding over the open distance learning today, the future of it, implementation of national education policy, and the problems in general we are facing when open distance learning is really spreading very fast across globe, not only in India. So what would be the future? What are the adaptations that we'll have to make as individuals or as universities? When we are here to discuss all these things, very heartily I welcome you all. I welcome Vice Chancellor, IGNOU, Professor Nageshwar Rao. As recently we were discussing that people said that he is a Bhishma Pitamaha right now for open and distance learning universities. So sir, we welcome you here. It's pleasure to have, in fact, SEMCA is host with us today. But Sidrag ji, SEMCA chose us to host this. I'm very thankful and I heartily welcome you here in this campus. Professor Jagdish Pavsarji. He represents here Board of Management here on the stage. We can do so many things simply because our Board of Management, Academic Planning Board, they have always been in support of us. So whatever milestones we could achieve simply because of their support. So I'm so thankful Dr. Pavsarji is here. He is also former Pro-Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University. All the Vice Chancellors, I know some of them, for them it was very difficult to make it possible. But on the request of us, I would say that some of them, all of us are meeting for the first time. So it's great pleasure to have all of you here. Here I would say something about my team also. In last few years, the university could achieve certain milestones. Here we have Registrar Dr. Jadeja ji here, Professor Modi, who is a SICA director here. I have my team there, directors, finance officer, assistant registrar, all of them are there. If they would have not been there, things could have not been possible. When this forum is here, I would like to introduce a little bit my university. That we are the State Open University with A++ accreditation, category 1, and 12B visit has already been completed and we are waiting for the results of it. When you are here, you would be visiting studio also, you would be visiting community radio, and I would humbly request you with my team to visit university also. Not only that what we are doing I would like to show, I would like to have your guidance also, your suggestions also, because at your universities all of you have been doing wonderful job. So we'll be very happy to have certain suggestions also from you. Here we have established Gargi Center for the Holistic Development of Women, which works wonderfully for the development of women. Here we have established Atri Special Learner Center also, which works for the transgender, sex workers, HIV positive, disabled, jail inmates. Here we have established Gurukul Model Study Center, because whosoever visits, they should know that what exactly our vision to reach to unreached. For SC/ST research also we have been doing wonderfully here. All the departments, constructions have taken place, the land acquisition have taken place, so many things. After 26 years, even performance audit, AG performance audit we passed through successfully. In absence of my team, we could have never done it. So I would say that if the blessing is there, I would say yes, the blessing is the wonderful team that I have got here. Rajanji, I'm very happy that British Council is here today, and with your efforts and efforts from SEMCA, we have many international speakers also here today. I welcome you all here as an individual, as representation of very good open universities, and believe me that what is experience of me and my team is that the land of this university is very, very fertile. If any seed is very casually thrown also, the land ensures that it really flourishes in a wonderful tree. So I request that whatever idea, suggestion you have, my team is a synonym of that fertile land. You throw it, and I'm sure we ensure that it will flourish in a wonderful tree. I welcome you here very heartily, and this is starting of the journey. There are so many problems, challenges as open distance learning we have been facing, but I'm sure that when we work as a team, nothing will be able to, or no one will be able to defeat us. So somewhere sharing best practices, how to reach to those solutions, this platform will surely work in that direction. I welcome you all again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the welcome address. I take this opportunity to introduce Dr. B. Shadrack, who is a director at Commonwealth Educational Media Center for Asia. Since 1986, Sir has managed ICT, 4D and skill development programs in over 40 nations around the world, working for organizations such as the International Development Research Center Canada, One World International UK, Transparency International Germany, and the British Council in India. I would like to invite Dr. B. Shadrack, sir, to deliver the opening remarks. Please, sir.
Thank you so much. Professor Nageshwar Rao, Professor Ami Upadhyaya, Dr. Jagdish Bhaveshwar, Dr. Jadeja, Dr. Modi, dear Vice Chancellors, all the dignitaries and the members of Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University here. I bring greetings from the Commonwealth Education Media Center Asia, which is a regional center of the world's one and the only institution that promotes open and distance learning. The heads of the states of the Commonwealth who met at CHOGM in Vancouver in 1987 decided to have a global institution just to promote open and distance learning. And today, 36 years down the lane, this institution continues to promote open and distance learning. And the Indian government chose to host us through a country government agreement signed with Commonwealth of Learning in 1998, and SEMCA is present since then. So if you like, SEMCA is your ally, your partner, an advocate in the region, not only in the region globally, but especially in India. Today I am thankful to Professor Ami Upadhyaya, who has brought almost half of world's open university vice chancellors together. So that's phenomenal. Of the 33 open universities around the world, I understand that 13 of them are in this room and a few more are likely to take part online. And this is commendable. I wish to thank Professor Nilesh Modi and Professor Ami Upadhyaya for making it possible. I also wish to thank my own colleague, Ms. Dr. Pema Samdup, who has worked closely with colleagues here to get this forum kick-started. Let me also take this opportunity to thank all those at BAOU for making this a memorable occasion. I think right from the time we landed, it has been so pleasant, and your colleagues have been so helpful in not only reaching us to the hotel, but also ensuring that we are all here comfortably. But let me also thank my own colleagues, Ms. Siriya Shareen, Dr. Varun Ashokan, Ms. Sipra Sharma and Ms. Joyce Sunny for supporting us online, actually rapporteuring this event. So whatever deliberations that we are having here today will all be captured and made into recommendations that we ourselves would live up to. Although globally ODL, open and distance learning, is evolving into what they call online and digital learning, for a country like India, the contours are not that easy. It's not change of acronyms. It's actually we are having to labor it and actually having to achieve it over a period of time. And we witnessed this very well, that the fact of so many, almost 10%, if I understand correctly, of the enrollments in the higher education system happen through open universities. There are 1100 universities in this country, 45,000 colleges, whereas these 18 plus 1 open universities in our country is able to cater to a large number of people. And we are seeing, as we speak today, 40 million students go through the higher education system with 1.5 million teachers. But there is an ambition in our country to double this number in about 12 years' time. Should I say doubling all the numbers? 2,000 universities, 100,000 colleges, 80 million students, 3 million teachers? I really wonder. Or is ODL the answer? That's why we are here. And we are beginning to witness this. The NEP 2020 opens numerous avenues for us in the open, online, digital, distance landscape, and blended and high-flex learning seems to be the new mantra. The aspiration of India requires to be met in rural and remote Bharat, and it has to be met among the most backward and disadvantaged communities, among women, persons with disability, and all communities. And when one considers this landscape, this huge challenge, ODL systems are the apparent answers that we see. The notion of lifelong learning is well ingrained in ODL system, and the recent Bali manifesto says exactly this. The global leaders who met in Bali under UNESCO's umbrella, they said, we reiterate the need to extend lifelong learning opportunities to every individual, including the vulnerable groups such as women, older people, ethnic minorities, indigenous people, migrants, rural populations, people with disabilities, and we commit to the principle of leaving no one behind. This was the declaration of the Bali Manifesto. If we were to also add to this list a number of people that BAOU could very proudly add, such as the prisoners, people in the transgender community, and so on. These are the ones that we are catering to. The NEP recognizes the idea of this inclusiveness in its very first paragraph. Education is fundamental for achieving full human potential and for developing an equitable and just society and for promoting national development. This is the speak of the NEP, and the aspirations are to make India a global knowledge superpower and to instill pride in our learners that they are Indians at first, and they are the ones who develop knowledge, skills, values, and dispositions to support human rights, sustainable development, sustainable living, global well-being, but more so global citizens. So 1/6 of the global population is likely to be Indians, so there is this aspiration enshrined very much in the NEP, and as leaders who are seated here, we can only realize these goals. It's in our hands to realize these goals so that the ODL systems could become outcome-based, multidisciplinary, employment-oriented, and transformative. And as you know, that the NEP 2020 also opens up several opportunities for us. Not only does it advocate for equivalence of degrees, no matter in what mode you acquire these degrees, recognitions of credentials, but it also emphasizes upon choice-based credit system, multiple pathways, multiple entry points, exit points, accumulation of credits through micro-credentials, incorporating apprenticeship, embracing internationalization, along with credit frameworks and preparing towards credit transfer frameworks. So there's a lot loaded into the NEP, and here we are to discuss these. Dear Vice Chancellors, we need to lead the way, and we need to be showstoppers. We need to be superstars, and that's why we are here. We are preparing ourselves, make our institutions resilient, invest in tech-enabled policies and practices. We are here to equip our teachers, enhance our support systems for students to excel. We are here to enhance our quality and innovative practices, be it assessment, teaching, learning, and we want to be agile to every opportunity as well as challenges, as Professor Upadhyaya earlier mentioned, that is posed and facing us. And we are also here to embrace new technological tools, be it extended reality or artificial intelligence or generative AI and so on. So this VC's forum is intended to deliberate upon all these, and we are here at the right place. In closing, may I leave with a couple of things for you to ponder about, and these are interesting ideas. I do not really want to emphasize upon this, but I want to leave these thoughts in front of you. You know, earlier Dr. Upadhyaya mentioned, Professor Upadhyaya mentioned that we need to not share knowledge. We need to network among OUs. Many of us have joined together for the first time, and we need to network among ourselves to share our knowledge and learn from each other. Perhaps it exists in spirit, but not so much in letters. So I wonder, have we thought about coming together in the form of some sort of an association of Indian Open Universities, not necessarily as a formal association, but there's a lot to gain for being together. There's a lot spoken about universities and the constituent colleges in NEP 2020, but while we are OUs, do we also consider OCs, open colleges for that matter? Is that concept very helpful? Who do we handhold and support? Can we go beyond our own study centers and maybe embrace a big brother role in terms of producing OCs in every district in our country? I wonder, this is an idea that has come to its time. Can we also take a cue from NUP 2020 to look at credit transfers within our OUs. It's so easy and possible for us to credit transfer within our OUs if these are not already in place. Can this forum think through and the implications and benefits, particularly accorded to our learners in such a cooperation? Can we also think about joint degree programs? You know, NEP offers this, and many private institutions are racing towards doing this. And I wonder if this could be possible within the OUs in India, but also across elsewhere. You know, the internationalization section could easily discuss about it. But the Commonwealth of Learning, my own parent organization, has initiated what they call the Commonwealth MBA program, which could serve as an exemplar where several countries, universities come together to offer this kind of a joint degree program in a collaborative mode. Can we also, by way of collaboration, identify a niche subject area for each of our university based on our own geography, our own aspirations of our citizens, to see if we can become leaders in that particular discipline or a program, and the rest of the OUs can rally behind. So we can put each OU on the pedestal to show that this is the university that leads in this particular program, an exemplar in this particular field, and we are all behind this university, and vice versa. The 18 universities could do so, because multidisciplinary education is something in the offing, and many institutions that are likely to become multidisciplinary would survive. Rest of them would need to think about cluster approach or any other possibilities to be together. Colleagues, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for providing opening remarks. We welcome and express our sincere gratitude to Professor Asa Kavo Madam, President and CEO Commonwealth of Learning Canada, who is also one of the world's leading advocates of learning for sustainable development. Madam has sent her virtual greetings for this forum. So may we have the video message of Madam on screen?
Honorable Minister, Vice Chancellor Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Vice Chancellors, distinguished colleagues, thank you for the invitation to deliver the opening remarks at this high-level forum. We are here to discuss how the recommendations of the National Education Policy can be implemented and what role open universities can play. The National Education Policy states that increased access, equity, and inclusion in higher education will be achieved through online education and open and distance learning, with a national target of 50% gross enrollment ratio by 2035. The gross enrollment ratio in India today is about 27%, with women's participation marginally higher than that of men. About 11% of all enrollments in higher education are in distance learning programs, again with a substantial number of women. Of the 33 open universities in the Commonwealth, 19 are in India and are making a concrete contribution towards increasing the gross enrollment ratio. One silver lining of the COVID-19 pandemic was the global acceptance of distance and online learning. However, emergency remote learning that we witnessed during the pandemic is not distance education. And as the open and distance learning community, we have much to share with the higher education sector. We have a lot of experience and expertise in this field. But as more institutions are offering distance and blended learning, how can we maintain our niche and leadership position in this field? CALL conducted a survey of 28 open universities in the Commonwealth after the pandemic, which shows, surprisingly, a decreasing trend in enrollments compared to 5 years ago. Can this be attributed to the increase in the number of institutions offering ODL? What can we do to improve enrollment and retention? Another interesting trend is that more open universities have initiated face-to-face programs and online courses in comparison with 5 years ago. This indicates that dedicated open universities are becoming multimodal. There's a heavy reliance on part-time teaching staff at open universities, and the number of learners per tutor has also increased. We know that learner support is critical, not just for tutorials, but also for mental health, well-being, and success. The encouraging trend is that the OUs surveyed have reflected on and identified key priorities, such as the pressing need for quality, inclusion, internationalization, and research, all of which feature prominently in the National Education Policy. CALL also brought out another report on distance education in India, which indicates that in addition to increasing access, open universities also provide equity by reaching women and persons in remote rural areas. However, open universities are only reaching less than 1% of persons with disabilities, and as research tells us, persons with disabilities do prefer open and distance learning because of its flexibility, its anonymity, and its affordability. There is an increasing emphasis on quality. The report also makes several recommendations. These include focusing on employability, adopting innovative assessments, using micro-credentials to make learning more flexible, and strengthening digital infrastructure and connectivity. Developments in technology will continue to drive changes in the way in which we teach and learn. Artificial intelligence is being mainstreamed in education, and intelligent tutoring systems using AI techniques can simulate one-to-one human tutoring and provide feedback. A popular example of AI in education is a virtual teaching assistant that can offer personalized assistance to learners. So here we can see another trend. Open and distance learning is moving from massification to personalization. Generative AI such as ChatGPT, if effectively harnessed and ethically regulated, can help develop quality content, assessments, learner support, substantially reducing the workload of our teachers. We hope that the discussions at this meeting will generate a roadmap for concrete action. Given the magnitude of the challenges that lie ahead, we need to pool our expertise and resources and work towards a common goal. In the past, open universities were trying to achieve parity of esteem with campus institutions. But as Victor Hugo said, and I quote, "Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come," unquote. The time for open and distance learning is now. Carpe diem, or as they say, seize the day. With that, thank you for your kind attention, and let me wish you the best in your deliberations. Thank you.
We are thankful to Madam for providing her remarks for this forum. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor Nageshwar Rao, who is the Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University, which is the largest university in the world, So has also served as the Vice Chancellor of Uttarakhand Open University. Professor Nageshwar Rao, conferred Fellow of Commonwealth of Learning. Thank you, sir. We welcome you.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Asha Kamarji, who addressed us virtually. Ami Upadhyay, Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university. B. Shadrich, Director, Simca. Jagdish Bhavsarji, Board Member. Modi ji, Jadeja ji. My own colleagues, distinguished Vice Chancellors of Open Universities, and my youngest friend, Rajendra Tripathi ji. First of all, I thank Simca and Ami ji, both who have given me an opportunity to be with you all this morning and listen to the valuable insights from Asha Kamarji and be with you all during the whole day in the deliberations and the discussions which will be carried on. A theme which is quite relevant to all of us. National Education Policy 2020. Opportunities and challenges. It was in 2020 when the National Education Policy, the draft has come up, and only in the last week our Honorable Prime Minister was present to showcase our accomplishments of NEP during the last 3 years. Last year he has done the same at Varanasi when we have completed 2 years of the NEP implementation. Lots of accomplishments, they have been exhibited. And when we look at all the specific themes on which the NEP has put thrust, you will find that the open universities, they have done much better vis-a-vis the other educational institutions who are also functioning to implement the basic tenets of NEP. Why I am talking about it is because when I look at this national education policy, I find lots of opportunities. And regarding the challenges, we are ready to face any challenges. The first challenge which we encountered regarding our equivalence, and the people used to say that ODL degrees and the conventional university degrees, they are different and both can't be compared. And the very first year of the implementation of the national education policy, our ODL regulations, they clearly tell us in 2020 that degrees awarded under ODL and conventional mode, that will be treated as equal. ODL, online or conventional, they all will be treated equal, and for the first time this has been done. The first stroke of NEP encourages all of us. Then when we look at the draft document, it talks about that GER, it is to be increased, and they look at us only. Only the open universities, they are competent enough, only they are in a position to improve the percentage of GER from 27% to whatsoever you feel. Of course, the latest target is 50%, but beyond that also we have to see 100%. And if you look at the existing potential of our conventional and deemed universities, there are around 1,000 universities and 40,000 colleges. And they all are giving the learners the GER to the tune of 27% only, which includes the contribution of GER, contribution of open universities. And there also if you see that our number is, someone was counting 14, 15, 16, whatsoever may be. We are contributing around 11%. Our numbers are only 11. We don't have any colleges, and still we are contributing 19 lakh learners out of 1.5 crores. It's a big number, and more open universities, they are also coming up. And when we talk about the GER, the basic context is that it should be affordable education, and only the open universities, they are providing this affordable education. If the expansion of this GER percentage is to be made, or if you want to improve this GER in the conventional mode, then we have to establish 3,000 more universities and 1,20,000 more colleges, and for which the requisite infrastructure and financial resources, academic resources, they all are required. So this clearly tells us that we do have a strategic role, an important role. In terms of access, we can reach anywhere, any part of the globe. State universities, open universities, central universities, everyone. Why I am talking about is that if you look into the 2020 regulations, it integrates ODL as well as online programs, and we are also eligible to go for online programs. And once we are going for the online programs, then whole world is the place where you can reach. And when we look at the statistics of the NAC accreditation, we find that 2 or 3 universities, they were just established out of 16 or so. 10 they have already NAC accredited, and out of that 6 or 7 they were accredited with A+ or A grade. And we are the only institutions who are complying the norms of regulation with respect to accreditation, because there is also a regulation for the conventional institutions which says that in 2013 there was a regulation which says that NAC accreditation is must for any conventional institution, then only they will be allowed to go for the programs. But for us, we are being given only 5 years time, and still we could achieve that target. Only 1 or 2 institutions, they are still left, and the process is going on, and maybe by the end of this month they will also complete that requirement. Quality parameters. Quality parameters. Look at this particular university, Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, established in 1994. Am I correct? Yes. And could get 3.55 A++ score. The quality parameters which the NAC has laid down, and they have been accomplished by an institution, by an open institution, in its very first cycle. Normally in case of the conventional institutions, they get A+ or A++ in the second or third cycles. But here the list of institutions which you are talking about, they could get A+, or A++, and most of them they are the state universities. And they could get it in its very first cycle of accreditation. Talks about the quality also. The same parameters which the NAC applies for the conventional institutions, same are applied to us also. The research benchmarks, publications benchmarks, everything is applicable to us. But we faced that specific challenge also. So, in the years to come, we are the only one who can reach, who can provide quality education, who can provide affordable education also. And one more fact which most of us can note, that the funding from the government is relatively less as compared to the funding which is being made to the conventional institutions. And we try to reach to the learners with their own pace. We facilitate the study materials in such a way that it may become self-learning materials for them. And this is the mode which was evolved, and now we are the world leaders as far as ODL education is concerned. If you look at the top universities, the ODL universities in the world, India's place is almost 1 or 2. We are ranking it. And I do remember one small experience which I intend to share with you. When I have been invited to UK in the Open University Meet, there the UK Open University has asked one small question from all the open universities of the world, that what problems you all are facing it. And everyone has stated 1 problem, 2 problems, 3 problems, or 2 or 3 challenges. But I was kept mum. Then they asked me that why you don't have any problem. I said I don't have any. Why? Affordable education, quality education, accessible education, technological interventions, micro credentials, credit system, digital learning. Look at any fair area, we all can contribute. We all are contributing it. Not only the central open university, but also the state open universities were there. At that point of time, the vice chancellor of Nasik, the Yashwantrao Chauhan Open University, was also present. And maybe later on, Amiji has also gone there. And we are ready to face any sorts of challenges. And this NEP has given a conducive environment to look into it. If you talk about the micro credentials, it was only in theory till this point of time. Now in 2017, the SWAYAM Ministry of Education portal, it has talked about that now you can have course based learning also. You can appear only in 1 paper and get the certification, and the certification will be done by the ministry itself, and that is being incorporated in the national education policy. And once this particular concept has been introduced, it's very comfortable for all of us. If the national education policy is talking to us that we have to go for multidisciplinary programs, ask any conventional university how it will manage its timetable, how it will run its classes, how they will coordinate with the examinations. But we can do it. We can do it. We know the basics of credit transfer. Even if the facility is not with us, we can go for the SWAYAM. And there are a few courses for which we don't have any facilities in our institution. For example, you don't have any Department of Physics. You want to add this particular course in your program as a multidisciplinary program. You can use it from SWAYAM and get the credit transfer from there, because now 40% credit transfer is legally permitted. Already gazette notification is there, and we are in a much better position to use it. Director Simca has already told us, at least amongst the open universities, we can evolve a mechanism that how this credit transfer, at least amongst ourselves, we can do it. Even when we look at the statistics which is available with respect to credit transfers, there also I have seen that some of the courses which I think Uttarakhand Open University was having, they are very popular in the SWAYAM platform also. And for the credit transfer also, those courses, they were adopted by more than 100 universities in the country itself. These are the statistics available of 2021 or 22. You will find that everywhere we can all can contribute. Yesterday, the portal on SWAYAM, the study in India, it was being inaugurated by the Honorable Foreign Minister and Honorable Shiksha Mantri ji. And there the total number of learners reaching to us is 4 lakhs. And you find that 67 universities, only they have gone for the online programs. And our number is very less. I know that Umaji, Amiji is also trying to have the online programs. Now at least 4 or 5 other universities, they can also go for online programs. They will get it. And once our online programs will be there, because already we are having the quality materials with us, already we are having the videos with us. We know this system since long. We were the pioneers, because to reach to the learners, we know the technique that invisible teacher and visible teacher, both the things are possible in ODL system. Invisible teacher through study materials and visible teacher through videos. Both facilities are available. Through that we can reaching to the learners. And we all can avail those facilities. And you'll find that without asking the learner to come to India, we are reaching to them online. Even at IGNOU also, by this date, we could get around 90,000 foreign students. You all can go for it, because it's a great opportunity for all of us. Channels, SWAYAM Prabha channels are available. One SWAYAM Prabha channel is available to all the state open universities, earmarked specifically. It is not specifically allotted to any conventional institution. Great opportunity for us. And recently they are going to add 2 more. And it is the most popular channel also. I don't know how many of you are using it, but now you can use it. SWAYAM Prabha channel, through which all India reach is there. And when the Ministry of Education is talking to us that we have to use the mother tongue to reach to our learners. And when we are talking about a channel, channel means delivery at home. The learner is supposed to be sitting at his home and get the best quality material, best quality video, best quality teaching learning process at home. And these videos, they can further be reused, because they may be put in the YouTube also. It is not so in case of face-to-face learning. Look at any student who is attending a class. If he misses that class, and even if he is in the class, he may retain only 30-40%. But in our case, look at any video that can be reused. Again and again you can reuse it. It's possible also. And even in that 2 days convention, I could highlight only one thing about our open university system: teaching in mother tongue. I said that by using this SWAYAM Prabha channel, what we have done is, because it's very difficult to convert entire study material into mother tongue, 14 languages. but we can start teaching to the learners in mother tongue. And then we tried to have it focusing mainly on the BA social science subjects, philosophy, the history, the sociology, political science, economics. They are now being taught through Swayam Prabha in Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi, Gujarati, and going on. Around 4,000 videos are available by this time. You all can come forward and see that at least in your state, whatsoever you can do, please come forward. Even one of the initiatives recently, which is being showcased before the Prime Minister on 29th, that textbooks they are to be developed in mother tongue, and for which a committee is working on it, and Amiji is here. She has contributed a lot there. Out of 100 textbooks, 20 textbooks they have come from this Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University under the leadership of Amiji. And it has given us confidence that at the national level also, we all can see that how those gaps of having the materials in mother tongue they can be made available. The statistics is very much conducive to us. More than 80% books in mother tongue they are available in social sciences. More than 50% textbooks are available in commerce, in all the languages, all the 12, 13 languages. And this is a survey which we have carried on. Amiji was also a part of that structure. And 30%, 25% they are in the field of science. Textbooks are already available. Teaching learning process in most of the colleges that is going on in mother tongue. Why we are emphasizing on mother tongue? Because only 11% of the learners they know the English. Remaining they all are studying in mother tongue, they can understand the things in mother tongue. And if you want to promote the quality researches, then the promotion of mother tongue that is very, very important. When we are talking about multiple entry and multiple exit, only ODL system has thought about it much before when the NEP was talking about it. When we have to provide education to the army people, they look at only the ODL system because they are at the borders, and how we can provide the good quality education to them. And only 3 days back on 1st of August, we had an MOU with the Ministry of Defence, and we have launched it for Agniveers, BA, BSc, BCom programs. Right now it is for Air Force, then maybe after a few days it will be with the Navy and the Army also. We are competent enough to do that also. Skilling. I do remember in 2015 or 16 when we were struggling a lot that no skill courses will be permitted, and that specific direction has come from the UGC. And all the open universities they were fighting to see that how it can be resolved. And now the people are saying, even UGC or in ministry, only the open universities they are competent enough to go for skill education. Even in the conventional institutions also, they have to go for an outsourcing agency which will provide skilling, because no conventional university can provide skilling in the campus itself. It has to go outside. We can also go outside. Now NSDC is with us, National Skill Development Corporation. They are asking open universities to align their programs, align their courses with their framework. They are making us as a recognizing body and accrediting body also, All India Council for Vocational Education. So wherever we see ample scope is there for us. And don't be afraid of these small issues to which we all are confronting. I do remember 1 year back, most of us were facing the issues regarding accreditation. अरे accreditation होगा, हमारा credit गिर जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा. अमी जी को देखो 3.55. First cycle. And for all of us, it is the first cycle. Even Kalseji is there, Karnataka, then Tamil Nadu, everybody has got A+. You see that, how the, and even for us also, no one has got C, no one has got B. B just now you might have got it, huh? Someone has got it? No, I think no one has got it. So you see that our quality benchmarks, every institution, and most of us we also faced that our accreditation team, it's representing the people from the conventional mode. Even then we face those issues. So I always put the things positively, and we all are enthusiastic enough to overcome any challenges, because I do find that every challenge will always give us an opportunity. And they are looking at us. Every conventional university is also still trying to go for online education or ODL education. We are not. We are saying that yes, we can reach all over the globe at an affordable cost. We are having the channels. Again, we are the only universities who got this channel support. Remaining 10 channels they have been given to IITs. Then CEC has got 10 channels. NIOS has got 4 or 5 channels. No other university has got it. But for open universities, we got this sort of support from the government. So look at the opportunities. Look at the SWAYAM. Look at the SWAYAM Prabha. Look at the provisions. Any provision which you look into the NEP 2020, everywhere we can contribute significantly, and most importantly, the GER contribution. This is what which I intend to speak to you at this point of time. I am very happy to meet you all, speak to you all, and maybe I will be there in the whole day with you all to listen to you, to interact with you, and learn from you also. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us all to focus more on opportunities than just challenges. And through your personal experience, you have very well guided us to focus on, to magnify the letters, ta, ka, from the word taklif. Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, I would invite Dr. Nilesh Modi, sir, to propose a gratitude note. Please, sir.
Respected Professor Ami Upadhyay Madam, Honorable Vice Chancellor BOU, a chief guest and keynote speaker and Bhishma Pitama of Open Universities, I can say, Professor Nagendra Rao sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor IGNOU, Professor Asa Kanwar, President and CEO, Commonwealth of Learning Canada, Dr. B. Shadrack, Director SEMCA, Honorable Vice Chancellors, Director SICA, Registrar of Fellow Open Universities, esteemed speakers, distinguished guests, board members of BOU, directors, registrar, finance officer, BOU. On this auspicious occasion, I stand before you with profound gratitude, and we come to the culmination of inaugural function of State Open University Vice Chancellors Forum on the theme National Education Policy 2020 Opportunities and Challenges for Open and Distance Learning University to develop an action plan for implementation of NEP 2020 in the open and distance learning universities. This momentous event has been jointly organized by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, and Commonwealth of Learning, Commonwealth Education Media Center for Asia, SEMCA. First and foremost, I express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Ami Upadhyay, for inspiring us with your visionary leadership. Your guidance and support have been instrumental in making this forum a reality and charting us a path towards implementing the NEP 2020 in Open and Distance Learning University. I, on behalf of Team BOU, congratulate Ma'am. Under her leadership, we got NEC A++ grade, 3.55 CGPA at 4 level, Category 1 status, graded autonomy, entitlement for online programs, and I'd like to address here that we have started 10 programs under online mode, 8 programs in masters and 2 programs in graduation. We completed 12B visit last month, and we are awaiting for the results. Congratulations, ma'am. We are immensely grateful to our chief guest and keynote speaker, Professor Nageswar Rao. Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor IGNOU, for setting the tone of the event, enlightening us with their visionary thoughts and ideas. Their invaluable perspectives have undoubtedly inspired us to take progressive steps towards effective implementation of NEP 2020. On behalf of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Asa Kanwar ma'am, President CEO Commonwealth of Learning, Canada, and Dr. B. Shadrack, Director Commonwealth Education Media Center for Asia, SEMCA, for being our esteemed co-organizer for the State Open University Vice Chancellors Forum. The team SEMCA, your valuable collaboration have played a pivotal role in making this event resounding success. The joint efforts of our institutions have brought together a diverse range of perspectives and expertise, enriching the discussion on the theme National Education Policy 2020, Opportunities and Challenges for the Open Distance Learning Universities, to develop an action plan for implementation of NEP 2020 in leading open and distance learning universities. Your commitment to the cause of education and dedication to promoting open and distance learning in Asia region have been truly commendable. The knowledge and resource brought forth by SEMCA have been instrumental in shaping the content and structure of this forum. We extend our sincere thanks to all the distinguished Vice Chancellors of the fellow State Open Universities of India, foreign nations, and guests who have taken the time to be the part of this 2 days brainstorming forum on NEP 2020. Your presence has added immense value to this event, and your continued support gives us the strength to move forward with purpose and determination. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed speakers who spared their valuable time and will share their profound insights and expertise on the National Education Policy 2020. We are sure that your speeches will enlighten us and set the tone for the discussion that will follow. We are also grateful to the small but focused, dedicated and hardworking organizing team, specifically administration, Bhavin Bhai and his team, Sika, Rimaji and team, studio team, Bokhani ji, Khan Bhai, Abhi and their team members, administration and other supporting for their involvement in planning, executing this event seamlessly. Your tireless efforts have ensured that everything ran smoothly and event will be the grand success. As we move forward from this inaugural ceremony, we carry with us the enthusiasm and determination to develop comprehensive action plan for the implementation of NEP 2020 in our open and distance learning universities. Let's collaborate, share knowledge and work together towards achieving excellence and inclusivity in the education. This 2 days forum will serve as a platform to exchange ideas, share best practices and address the opportunities and challenges presented by NEP 2020 in the realm of open and distance learning. Through interactive sessions and panel discussions, we aim to foster collaboration and develop a comprehensive roadmap implementing NEP 2020 effectively. We are indebted to the behind the scene team from both Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University and Commonwealth Education Media Center, SEMCA, for their untiring efforts in planning and executing this event flawlessly. Your dedication and commitment to the education are truly commendable. Once again, thank you all for gracing this occasion, for your unwavering support. With your encouragement, we are confident that the forum will foster significant advancement in open and distance learning and in turn contribute to the progress of education in our nation. Thank you and have a splendid days ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request everyone to rise for the national anthem? Thank you, everyone. I request everyone to come forward for a group photograph.